Hi everybody, my name is Chris. Sharon and Fonz asked me to participate in this year's Paracon because of the work I do. I'm a healer, and part of the work I do is removing spirits and different types of entities from somebody's body to correct a health problem. So what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, I'm going to have a table set up. I'm bringing all of my gear, all my sacred geometry tools. There's some really cool ones you guys want to see. So I'm going to be doing demonstrations. I'm going to be doing dowsing to see if you have a spirit inside you, if you have an ET, if you have something. So come by and see my table, and we're going to do some cool work. You're going to be able to feel, I don't know if anybody's heard about the fifth dimension consciousness shift that's happening, okay? A lot of you may have heard about it. It actually activated today, okay? So I've got some tools that actually synchronize your body and harmonize it with the 5D energies coming in. So you can be able to feel that and notice some changes happening within your consciousness. So look for me, you'll be able to find me, no problem.
Two-part system. First of all, I use pendulum and dowsing, chart method of dowsing, which is 99% accurate with the guides that I use. It gets right down to the very root of the problem. So I can find the area of the body where the problem is, and then find the stressor, whether it's a virus, a bacteria, a heavy metal, parasite, even also negative energies like entities and spirits. Yeah, pretty good one too.
Well, you look happier.
That's because I'm sitting beside you.
So in order to move out the energies, I use sacred geometry like pyramids and certain rings that I have, and they just amplify the energies. A lot of people use things like Reiki and different types of modalities like that, which is basically the same as what I'm doing, but when I use my tools, my pyramids, it amplifies it to a degree where it just gets right into the very DNA and cells of your body.
Does it go after 8th session?
It can, yes.
It can.
If whatever I put my intent to.
Possession as in it trying, whoever is trying to control that person in.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I remember seeing, I mean, that my experience with those guys that actually, their eyes were jet black.
That's
black. They were that possessed. Have you ever had that situation?
Not to that degree, not yet. I've had sessions where people have actually shook in front of me, and that negative spirit would talk through that person. The person would repeat what they're hearing with what that spirit is saying, and we'd have a bit of a dialogue with it and ease it on its way.
Have you? How long have you been doing this? Like, when did you start this from the very beginning?
I've only been doing this 5 years.
5 years?
5 years.
Now, is this from your own experimentation that you've learned, or is this from someone else's teachings? Or
it's kind of both, but mostly what I work with is what I developed myself. The way it all started is about 6 years ago, my first wife passed away. And I was in the printing industry for 28 years before that. And the old saying goes, one door closes, another door opens. So I retired at 45 and just found myself doing this work. I was introduced to people who do it and found it fascinating. So I took a couple courses, and I just found that I came upon it really quick. It was easy for me. Met certain people in the industry who work with the sacred geometry, who work with this radionics and frequencies, and just absorbed it all. Because it wasn't working, and I had lots of time to work with it. Just started working with it, developed my own ways of doing things, took a couple of courses, took all the good stuff out of those courses I liked, and developed my own protocol where I could work without a box whatsoever. I don't work within a box. I consider everything. To put it bluntly, if somebody goes deep sea diving, they come up too quick, they get the bends. Why can't you have the bends without deep sea diving? Okay, so the pressure changes in the weather, all of a sudden you got a sore knee, you've got gas bubbles in your knee expanded, giving you pain. So I work with that frame of mind.
So anything is possible.
Right to the exact source. Yeah.
Okay. So now I've noticed your tools are there. I mean, in a way that I'm seeing them from a distance here, they look like torture torture tools.
They're not.
There's spikes on the inside. There's a circular. Folks, you got to picture this in your mind. It looks like a circle metal hoop with spikes on the inside, and then there's another one that's brass looking. Another circle, but there's actually spikes on the outside facing out. All around. It looks like that actually gives that starburst.
But look at all the crystals on it too.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just talking about the ones that are on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they look like torture tools.
Yeah, and those tools, they're sacred geometry. So every shape has an energy geometry. if you look at the pyramid I have, there's 5 different pyramids stacked up, opposing each other. If you turn that pyramid and look at the base of it head on, you're going to see the Star of David. That's sacred geometry. It's got an energy. Okay.
Okay.
So the rings that you're looking at, they look like torture devices. The one with the spikes that are pointing inwards, that removes negative energy from your body. And that's negative energy you pull off of somebody who's rubbing you the wrong way, or you're watching the news, or you're driving in your car. You pull in that negative energy. So that helps to pull that out.
Must be my ex-wife.
Probably.
Well, actually, you told us that when Chris and I were talking, our crystals, you know how we have to clean our crystals.
Yep.
He's got a negative energy, a small one. We put our crystals in.
And it immediately cleans
Cleans
them.
them
In
up.
30 seconds, your crystals are done. You don't have to leave them overnight in the moonlight or
Well,
salt.
you've heard of J.C. Knight?
Yeah.
Okay. She's the one that actually experimented back in the early 70s. She experimented with pyramids.
Okay.
She put one on her head. Like I remember when I was talking to her, she put this pyramid on top of her head that she developed, made it of tinfoil, I think. And she said something that her guide showed up, or a guide showed up, and took over her. Basically, she became, in a way, possessed. Like she would step her out of her body, and he would come in, speaking through her. And the story to us really is: have you ever had anybody had experiment, or basically when they were removed from the possession of something bad? Has anyone's personality have changed to become more sensitive to the spirit world, make a better connection?
I've seen instances where you remove negative energies and their gifts do get stronger. Just very, very minor, unless somebody has done something and I haven't heard about it or would have worked on them. But generally, I work on myself all the time, and my abilities are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So I've seen it in myself. I have seen it a little bit in other people, just because they get clearer. Their channel is now clearer. They can now download energy, if you will, a lot more efficiently and get what they need to do their modality.
I know we're made of energy ourselves. And now I've actually, I'm from Vancouver, I live in Vancouver, but I've met all kinds of people that have actually experimented with all varieties or similar to what you have the pyramid, like they say the Frank pyramid. One young lady actually, she developed copper tubed pyramids that you can actually go inside and sit in them.
Right.
Now, to me, when I went in once, I didn't feel nothing from it. She went in, or other people have gone in, and they actually said, wow, I can feel an energy from her. Now, I don't go in there saying I don't want to. I like to go in there and say, okay, I'm waiting. I'm not doubting. It's like, okay, it's cool, because copper is a conduit, and the copper is a grounding metal. So, because we always use, like a lot of First Nations people use copper as part of a grounding tool. I mean, that's why they put coppers in people's eyes when they pass away. And why they put the coppers on their eyes is because they feel that they can see the spirit world quicker. They get there faster. So it's certain systems. But the story, I mean, when I see your stuff, from distance from here, I'm absolutely blown away. Because the one piece you have there, it looks like what you already have in the picture is actually that guy, arms reaching straight across, like the Holy Cross. And I've always taught that the purpose of that sign is similar to the Holy Cross, or to the cross itself, which means reaching out to mankind.
Sure.
And but the geometric design, it looks very similar to what you have that brass rod. I think it's a brass rod frame. It looks like as if you could put a man in there, so to speak. If you made a larger one, human size, would a person could you ever make one like that for a person human size? Would you feel that would work for them to be in there? Would it be like, say they did the same thing by that same idea? Because to me, it looks like somebody who we know from the past that designed that.
Well, the pyramids that I use, the secret geometry of it, there's only 3 sizes you can use. That's a 7-inch, you can use a 3-inch, or you can use a 13-inch. So if we went bigger in this type of pyramid, it's not going to do anything different. Yeah, it's not going to really do much. People who like your experience, you went into a pyramid, you didn't feel anything, where other people did. When I use my tools on some people, they don't feel anything. doesn't mean it's not working.
No, no, no.
It means that your body just is comfortable with it. It's not making any adjustments. Okay, you're at that level where I don't need this. Okay, sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. You didn't need that, so it didn't really give you any kind of buzzing or a tingle or a wave of energy.
I want to feel buzzed.
Don't we all?
Find the beat.
Well, actually, this guy work.
Yeah, the buzz. It's gotta
Yeah,
work.
we'll get him here soon. The buzz.
The boo.
Cool. So now,
Well, I think Chris and I had chatted earlier, and he's going to work on, I think
he worked on you already.
my insulin levels. He got the negative energy out of me, or entity out of me, which was quite difficult. He was quite a strong one, or there were several
Do
actually.
you think that's actually from your criminal scheme?
No, actually, I don't think it was. I think it was already there because I already had the issues before I started.
So do you think it's a past life thing?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter past life or not, it's gone.
it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of people hang on to think, is it a past life? It doesn't matter. Okay, past life or not, it's gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah, some people like to look for, we get the logical sense of it. Say, oh, where would it come from?
Oh, wait, we're humans. We need to know the answers to everything.
Yeah, I know. We were,
Well, it's weird because I don't have that kind of curiosity in a lot of ways. I do need to know a lot of things, but I have that almost blind faith sometimes.
But yeah, but see, you're used to see your dad being gone, for example. You go, oh, okay, your dad passed away, right? You go, oh, okay with that. Your mom passed away. Oh, yeah, because you said, when people are asking a question earlier today regarding, you were, the young lady, when she asked the question, she was wanting to see why, and then she asked you, did you feel the same way?
No,
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it. It was that, I've always accepted that death is, we all have to die. As I say, what the two things you're guaranteed to do, pay taxes and die. Right? And
Pay taxes where you did.
yeah, after death taxes, right? But there was I didn't have any questions, like my father died of cancer. And I knew it. We knew he was dying. And when he passed away, I saw it, his soul left. It went to light. I knew it did. He was ready. There was nothing he had left undone. I'm okay with that. My grandmother was the same way. She went the way she wanted to. She walked into the hospital on her own on Friday night. She passed away Saturday.
Well, with my pendulum, I can medium through it. And I've got a letter chart, A to Z, and I can talk to my parents that passed away.
Yeah.
I can ask them anything I want. I don't have to.
But I know they're looking over me.
Yeah. My dad is one of my spirit guides. He's one of my lead spirit guides.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it cool to have your dad as a spirit guide?
Yes.
I mean, you think, oh man, I kind of miss my dad, but he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think my dad. I think my dad's actually more with my daughter. He's my kind of one of this with me.
The interesting part, after my mother passed away, she came to see me, and then she told me what I had to see. Like I was worried about her. I'm not really worried about. I was concerned how she's doing after this. Like Mom, what do you do now? Like she was always so focused on my brother after he passed. And I saw my mother in a room where she was coming towards this cot, which is a short bed cot, and there's a trunk which I knew recognized, which was hers. And she came over she was actually laying on the bed, and she's like this. And I said, Mom, you've already crossed over. Why are you acting this way? She goes, I'm not dead. I'm still resting. So I'm resting. Like she was giving me heck, you what? Okay. And I felt real bad for her. And then she sat up, sat at the edge of the bed, brought her feet to the floor. She opened the chest, and she's looking through all the things that were in the trunk that relates to family. And she's reminiscing, and I'm looking at Mom, and I'm watching her, and I thought, oh, good. And I said, Mom, how are you feeling? She says, fine. She says, but she looks at me, she says, you need to leave now. You need to go over there. She said, they want you, they need you. You need to get back out there and start dancing again. And I can hear powwow music in the back. And as I'm hearing the powwow music, I see two, like gymnasium doors, school doors, opening up, and then I'm seeing powwow dancers going around. And then I can see myself being somehow pulled in when I'm dancing as I'm going to the powwow. And then doors closed. But I never did see my mother until then. And so it was interesting how the change took place. So I knew her mom, my mother was watching me. But I felt she had to go through something of her own. But I was still concerned about her, how she's doing after. And I knew her well, she was fine. But I wondered how she's doing. We're always curious.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then I would think to myself, oh my God. You know, she's watching me, but not sort of like on your case all the time, or watching what you're doing. And that was, you know, my father told me 2 weeks after he passed away, he said, I'll see you 2 weeks. Dad. You know,
Well, I heard cheering over there because he did
I'll see you
something.
2 weeks. So I knew my father, you know, when we was talking about we'll see you 2 weeks. Well, he died within the 3 days. I was going to see him. And then 2 weeks after, he came to see me in spirit from a dream.
It's a 2-week transition period.
2 week transitional period. He came to see me. So, but he knew already that he was his time. The interesting part was, I thought, okay, maybe my mother, my father, maybe a guy or family might watch over me. No, I'm walking with these guys. We're doing an investigation in Crescent Park in White Rock, and I had which one was it? K2 meter.
My basic baby.
Oh, it's a nice baby. Like a basic baby. So we're playing with it, and they handed it to me and said, Derek, you know, just play with it. Because normally I don't have any instruments in my hand, I just go do my thing as a medium. I thought, yeah, I'll play with this. So one of the guys says to me, he says, is there anybody there with you? And I thought, you know what, I'm going to try something, experiment. And I said, is my spirit guide, White Bear, here to prove? That thing was going freaking nuts, just shooting back and forth. I went, yes. And then it's my mom and dad there, a little bit. I thought, okay, White Bear is my guide. He's the one that's been with me since I was born. And that's who I have with me all the time. And even my name was again, the key to me was going nuts. Like no matter where I was, he was always there to watch with me. So I think it's what's important is that it's kind of cool to have someone always near you.
Mm-hmm.
You may not see them, but they're there. You know, you think you're alone, but
You're never
there.
alone. You're never alone. No.
No, it's like Ramona Morelli. I was with both of them. She's a very good friend of both of ours.
Yeah.
And she says, it's your grandmother. It's my Baba. That's what I called her. And she's beside me. She kind of goes between my mom, my daughter, and me. Hopes. Then she leaves. Hopes.
You know, a lot of people don't realize is that you've all got spirit guides.
Yeah.
Okay, I was dowsing this morning and I channeled Edgar Casey. Edgar Casey says, what I have to do is have a morning conference with all my spirit guides and give them jobs. That's what our spirit guides are for.
Yeah.
Give them something to do. They're all sitting around twiddling their thumbs, waiting for some instructions. Like, oh, hey, what do you want me to do today? Nothing? Okay, I'll sit and do nothing. Even though you're thinking something, they're not going to do it unless you actually give them the verbal
Physical job.
yeah, it's like, I want you to bring clients into my office. I want you to line up my affairs with something. I want you to make things so it's easier for me to do da-da-da. Give them something to do. People don't realize it. And just make sure, that's what they're
Well,
there for.
here's another situation. People always say, "Oh, is my angel around me?" Yeah.
So,
And, well, which angel do I have? Do you have to have a name? But they're still wanting proof if you have an angel with you. So I know very well I've had angels with me, different kinds of angels. Doesn't mean the physical or those kind of the gentle wings in their back. We have people in spirit that are not related to you specifically. They're two-legged angels. And you get the living angels. Those are actually walking around you. That they become an angel.
Angelic healers.
Angelic human beings. They just want to be around you, or just to help support you. Glenn and Janessa are my walking angels. These guys watch over me. They're always on my case.
Yeah.
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 Glenn, he takes care of my computer. If I need it gets corrupted, he fixed it. Right? But it's
Stop clicking.
stop clicking. Stop clicking.
Hayden's one of my angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
always got somebody that's there to give us that,
that guidance.
That guidance.
You know,
If
you
need it,
meet
got it.
people for a reason, and at that point in the life,
Yeah.
you're meant to meet that person.
Yeah. It was pretty, like I mentioned earlier, it's really crazy having to meet these two guys. Because I'm at home, I get a phone call from Bill, which is he was part of their Paracon team. And they heard about me through all kinds of people, I guess. I'm not sure.
Well, no, it's you talk. In
Z-Talk.
Z-Talk.
Okay.
We were in that process of, we had just gone into, Glenn had talked to Tim, Miley, and why don't you join our Z-Talk? We'll put you through to Derek.
Yeah.
That's how it came about.
Yeah, okay.
I think Bill made the phone call.
Bill made the phone call, but he actually said that he's known Bobby for a couple of years because he's here on the show all the time. And then he heard about me being the producer. What I didn't realize, Bill actually lived in the same area I was. So he asked me about it, the interest come out, have a meeting with the guys. So I said, sure, cool. I can do that. So we met at the restaurant. We all made our introductions. But it felt like these guys are family. Like I'm looking at them like, I'm gonna be with these guys a long time. So it felt really comfortable. It felt like it was right. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, Bill looks at me and says, well, we made up our minds, and we thought it'd be kind of cool to become a great member of our team.
I don't think, no, that would have been Glenn. Bill.
Glenn said, no, Glenn said that.
Glenn
said that.
Because, as Glenn and I are definitely
Yeah.
the head
Bill
poopy scoopers,
mentioned,
right?
Bill, I think Bill somehow sort of supported her.
But Bill didn't say much.
No.
Bill, he's a great guy, just didn't say much.
So I get a hat, a team hat. I'm like, cool, I've never been asked to be part of anybody's team before. I used to always organize my own. I'm not used to people asking me. I'm always doing my own for myself. But no, it's good. It's a good thing. And it's always good to have Walking Angels. Angels, it's your team. You're not doing your own thing. But also, what I'm curious about, like you're also showing me live blood analysis. I've seen that experience before. And your nutritional analysis. What is nutritional analysis?
Well, basically what I do is I'm looking for a health problem. And quite often a health problem is as simple as a mineral deficiency. So if my pendulum says that there's a mineral deficiency, I'll ask what mineral: calcium, magnesium, silica, potassium, whatever. So the pendulum will tell me, and then I'll look at a couple of websites that I use. I plagiarize like crazy. And it'll give me deficiency symptoms. And I'll rattle them off, and people go, yep. So then you know, without a word of a doubt, you got this deficiency. Then I carry the minerals in my clinic, give you the mineral, you take the mineral, the problem is gone. So lots of people, some people aren't into the spiritual work I do. So if I do the live blood analysis, look at the blood and say, oh, you got parasites, here's a parasite cleanse. They go home, take the parasite cleanse, problem goes away. Somebody comes in, same problem. I want to use energy, so I'll use energy for it. So I got two different ways to cook the potato. Okay. So it helps in a lot of different ways. Parasites, you definitely want to use energy and a parasite cleanse. They're stubborn son of a gun. Parasites are tough to get rid of.
They are, yeah. Well, a lot of times, the energy of people, when you do a live blood analysis, it's visual, it's real.
It's tangible. It's your blood.
It's tangible, it's your blood. And you're reading this, and you're taking something that will get rid of it. Whereas energy, that's more of a faith healing. You have to be open to be able to, and if
somewhat, yes.
Yeah,
now with the tools, you don't have to be so open.
but there has to be a certain amount that
It has to be a give and take.
it has to be a give and take. Because a lot of people just don't want to believe that energy can help
Right.
heal you.
And if you're in my office, if you're doing work with me, you believe anyway. So I don't worry about that at all.
Yeah. Hey, you worked on me. When you say I'm a little too open, a little too trusting.
You sound like
Did you have any viruses, diseases?
Calico virus.
Yeah.
Calico virus?
Yeah, from feline.
Yeah. It's a cat virus.
Cat virus.
You think, what, you're allergic to cats or just allergic to
No, the cat had a virus and gave it to her.
Yeah.
Cool.
And of course, I don't have cats or anything. Like you.
So, unless you start looking yourself up.
No, I lick Glenn actually.
Yeah, you do. I've actually noticed you.
Where's this show going?
Yeah. No, that palm, the hand. Take the hair off her arms.
Let's not go there. This is a radio show. And I can delve a little deeper than that.
Yeah, but it's the internet. We can do whatever we want, right?
Yeah, let's not go there. Because this also means that it's on. we can record that one later. Yeah, okay.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you. I enjoyed it all the time.
We'll probably most likely get you back on again one more time this evening because we want to go again live
Wonderful. Looking forward to it.
We have our night listeners. Those are at work probably still during the day, and then we have the evening listeners. They come in and they're going to chat at a big time about it. Also say, oh, hey, Chris, where is it hiding?
Well, I mean, I'm playing possums the other day.
So they want to find you. What is your website?
Yeah.
ChrisKehler.net. ChrisKehler.net. Not .com, .net.